Hi everyone, I'm Aman and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of securing our OpenClaw agent using NemoClaw. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I've linked it above and in the description. Please go and check that out. In the last video, we got covered everything up and running, where we set up the sandbox environment in AWS EC2 instance, connected OpenClaw agent, and we saw how NemoClaw wraps the agent and puts it inside a controlled environment. Now, in this video, we are going one level deeper. We are not just running the agent now, we are going to understand how this entire system actually works behind the scene. We will break down the architecture and try to access OpenClaw dashboard using SSH, and then we will try to understand how policies are enforced and how outbound access is controlled. So let's get in quickly one by one. Alright, if we talk about the entire system, let's break this down from top to bottom. So at the top we have entry point. This could be OpenClaw terminal UI or something like Slack, Telegram or your WhatsApp. So this is where either you or any external system is interacting with the agent. Now that request goes through the NemoClaw. So NemoClaw acts as the control layer. It sits in the between and governs everything around it. After that, the request reaches to OpenCell. Now OpenCell is the core and the heart of the entire system. This is where real execution happens. It's a sandbox environment where we have our agent running, which is OpenClaw. Along with that, we have all the controls in place like network policies to control outbound access, privacy restriction to control what data can be accessed. We have logs to track what the agent is doing. And then finally, this layer connects us to models, apps, and APIs. So whether the agent is calling an LLM or accessing external systems, everything is routed through these controlled policies. So the flow is very simple. Request comes in, it goes through NemoClaw, executes inside OpenCell within all the defined policies and access only allowed models and apps. Alright, so now we understand how the system works. Let's connect this with what we have did in the last video. So in the last video, we already had our OpenClaw agent running inside the NemoClaw sandbox. Everything was working well, but we didn't really control what the agent could or could not access. So now let's make this practical. So let's say we want our agent to create a GitHub issues. We don't want the agent to have full internet access. We only want it to talk to GitHub, nothing else. So first step is to get the GitHub access token. So for that, go to the GitHub, generate a personal access token and keep it ready with you. As in, I already have one. We will use that to authenticate the agent with GitHub. Now before connecting to the agent, make sure that your instance is running. And now open the PowerShell and connect to your EC2 instance. So for that, I will execute this SSH command over here. Here, we are not just connecting with the instance, but forwarding the port as well. So it maps your local machine's 18789 port to the EC2's machine 18789 port. So 18789 port is where our OpenClaw agent is running. And why do we need this? Because OpenClaw UI is running inside that server on 18789, and using this we can access it locally in our browser, as in like if it's running on our own machine. So once you run this, you'll connect it to the server and the port forwarding will also be activated. Now that we are inside server, let me execute this command. So this will tell OpenCell to expose the 18789 port from inside the sandbox, and so it says that we already have that one. So I will just stop that and execute it again. And now we have mapped the port to our local machines using SSH, and this makes the OpenClaw UI accessible on our system. Now in order to securely access this UI, we need a token. So first connect to the sandbox using this command, and now we are inside the sandbox environment. Now we will fetch the token. So copy this token from here and copy this, and now just go to your browser. So I will just copy this token and append it to the URL, and now I will just go to the browser and use this URL, and now you can access the OpenClaw dashboard securely on your machine like this. Now let's configure the GitHub personal access token first inside sandbox so our agent can use that. So I will store the token in the env file. So let me just execute this command to store that. So what this does is it creates a temporary cell file and store our GitHub access token, GitHub personal access token, and now let me just load that particular file for the current session. So this makes the GitHub token available inside the sandbox. so that the agent can use it while making authenticated GitHub API request. Now once that is done, go back to the OpenClaw dashboard, and here we will directly give the agent a task. So now what we are doing is, like, we have injected the GitHub token in the sandbox, and now we are asking the agent to use that token and create an issue through a REST API call. Let's just wait and see what it results. So as you can see, the result failed, request gets failed, and this is exactly what we wanted to demonstrate. NemoClaw is enforcing the policy at the network level and blocking outbound access to GitHub. So even though the token was correct, the request was valid, the agent could not reach GitHub because it was not allowed. And all of this is enforced inside the sandbox through OpenClaw, where network policies and restrictions are applied before any request goes out. Now let's fix this by allowing GitHub access using a policy. So basically policies are rules that defines what the agent is allowed to access and do, like allowed domains, tools, commands, or external services. So I'll just use this command. First I will just go to the I'll just exit this sandbox, and I will update and apply the policy file first. So for that I'll run this command. So it will update the policy to allow required binaries like curl, git, node, which the agent needs to make external request. Now let's verify the changes, if the changes are applied at a policy or not, using this command. So this shows us that the GitHub related policies sections exists over here. So we can confirm everything is correctly configured. So once verification is done, now we will apply the policy using this command and pushes the updated policy to the sandbox environment. So now instead of blocking everything, we are explicitly allowing GitHub access in a controlled way. Now we will just go ahead and create a new session, and we will run the same prompt again, and let's just wait it to get finished.
A few moments later.
So this time it clearly shows the difference. Before policy, the agent had the token but still could not reach GitHub. After policy, the exact same task was allowed and completed. So this is the value of NemoClaw. It does not just sandbox the agent, it gives you controlled access where nothing works unless you explicitly allow it. So in this video, we saw how to configure a GitHub policy and control outbound access. In the next video, we'll go deeper. We will trace the logs, see what level of visibility we get, and understand what's actually happening inside OpenClaw. If you're finding this OpenClaw plus NemoClaw series useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you all in the next video.